We begin now on the top of Daf Mem Amud Aleph in Maseches Brachos. This is Berachos Daf 40a. The Gemara begins. Amar Rav. Rav says, "Tol Baruch, Tol Bruch, Eino Tzarech Levarich." If a person makes hamotzi on bread, but before he eats, he starts telling people take and make a bracha, take and make a bracha, essentially passing out the bread. He does not need to make a new bracha. It's not considered an interruption. However, Have Melech, Have Lifton. If he says bring the salt or bring what we're going to dip the bread in, Tzarech Levarich, then he needs to make a new bracha. Rabbi Yochanan Amar afilu. Rabbi Yochanan says afilu heviu melech heviu lifton. Even if he says bring the salt, bring the relish, nami ein tzarich levarich, he still doesn't need to make a bracha. That's not an interruption. But if he says gevil ture, which means he's saying that we're gonna knead up the morsan, the bran, on behalf of the animals, that already tzarich levarich. According to Rabbi Yochanan, that's an interruption. To start preparing food for the animals before you eat yourself from the bread is an interruption. You need to make a new hamotzi. Rabbi Sheshes Amar afilu gevil ture nami ein tzarich levarich. Even if you're preparing for the ox, it's not considered interruption. You still don't need to make a new bracha. Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav, because Rav Yehuda says in the name of Rav, Asr la'adam sheyochal kodem sheyiten machal levehemto. It's actually asr for a person to eat before he gives food to his animal. Shenemar, like it says, v'nasati esav b'sadcha lefemtecha v'hadar v'yachalta v'savat. It says first, it says in the pasuk, you give the grass in your fields to your animal, and then it says you're going to eat and be satisfied. So a person is responsible to eat, to feed his animals before he himself eats, and therefore even discussing the issue of feeding one's animals is not considered to be an interruption. Just a quick look at the top Rashi here of what exactly these cases are. Tol Bruch, Habotzea Kodem Shatoa Min Haprusa, a person who is cutting into the bread before he tastes, Batza Mimena Vahoshit Lemishla Etzlo, he passes the bread to somebody next to him, and he says, Tol Mi Prusas HaBracha, take a little slice from the bracha, take a little from the slice which I made a bracha, and Afal Bishasach Ben Time, even though he spoke between the bracha and eating, Ein Tzarech Lachzer Ulevarich, he doesn't have to make a bracha. Again, V'Afagav Desich Have Afsaka, even though normally talking is considered a hafsaka, and then Rashi gives a couple of examples of where talking is normally considered a hafsaka. Here it is not considered one because it is considered to be part of the eating. The Gemara now continues at the two dots. Amar Rava bar Shmuel mishum Rabbi Chia. Rava, the son of Shmuel, says in the name of Rabbi Chia, Ein habotzeya rashoy liftzoa ad sheyaviu melech o lifton lifnei kol echad v'echad. It's not appropriate for the person who's cutting into the bread to begin cutting into the bread until each person has salt or relish in front of them. Rava bar Shmuel iklo levei reish galusa. Rava bar Shmuel went to the house of the Reish Galusa, of the head of the exile, Afiku Rifta, and they took out the bread, Ubatza, and Rava bar Shmuel, he cut into the bread, Lahedya, right away, without waiting for the salt or the lifton. So they said, Amrulay, they said to him, Hadar Mar Mishmaita, did you change your mind from what you said? You said you're not supposed to cut into the bread, pass out the bread until you have the melach and the lifton. Amar Lui said, Les Dain Sarach Boshesh. He said, this bread that we have here, Rashi explains, is such a good, nice piece of bread, it doesn't need any of this stuff. We don't need a delay with bread that is of high quality. Gemara continues at the two dots. V'yamar Rava bar Shmuel mishum Rabbi Chia, and Rava the son of Shmuel said in the name of Rabbi Chia, Ein mei raglayim kolim ela b'yeshiva. Person is never going to be able to finish urinating until they're sitting down. Rashi explains when a person's standing up, they are afraid that it's going to get on their feet, and so therefore they're going to end up stopping early. Amar Rav Kahana says, if a person is surrounded by loose dirt, afilu ba'amida, even standing up, it's not a problem, it's not going to spray and it's not going to get on the person's legs. Now, if there's not available loose dirt, yamod b'makom gavo, a person should stand in a high area, v'yashtin l'makom madron, and he should go to the bathroom towards a lower plane. Gemara now continues at the two dots. Yamar Rava bar Shmuel mishmei Rav Chia, and Rava bar Shmuel says in the name of Rav Chia, Achar kol achilascha echol melech. After all of your eating, you should finish off with salt. V'achar kol shesiyascha shesei mayim. And after all your drinking, you should drink water. V'yata nizok, and then you will not be damaged. Tanya nami hachi, we have a brisa like this as well. Achar kol achilascha echol melech, v'achar kol shesiyascha shesei mayim. V'yata nizok, the brisa says the exact same thing. Salt after you eat, water after you drink, and you won't be damaged. Tanya idich, have another brisa. Achal kol maichol v'lo achal melech, shasa kol mashkin v'lo shasa mayim. A person ate any food without salt. A person drank any drink without water. Biyom, in the middle of the day, yidag min reach hapeh. So during the day he should be afraid of bad breath. Uvalayla yidag min asachra, and at night he should worry from asachra. Asachra is a kind of disease of the throat that can cause a person to choke. Gemara continues at the two dots with the brisa Taner Rabbanan. We learned in a brisa, Hamakfa chilasu b'mayim eino ba lidei chole mayayim. Rashi explains what this means is that a person is floating his food in water, meaning he drinks so much water with his meal that it makes his food float in his stomach. He will not come to any sickness of the stomach with that way. It's healthy. Bekam, and how much should a person drink? Amar Rav Chisda says, Kito in the past, he should have a whole flask of water for a piece of bread. Amar Rav Mari, Amar Rav Yochanan. Rav Mari says in the name of Rav Yochanan, Haragil ba'adoshim, achas l'shloshim yom. A person regularly eats lentils once every 30 days. Monei asachra mitoch beis. So again, it keeps asachra out of his house. Aval kol yumalo, but to have it every day, that's already too much. My time, what's the reason? Mishum dekashel re'achapetz. It is difficult for bad breath. It creates bad breath. V'yamar Rav Mari, Amar Rav Yochanan, and Rav Mari said, in the name of Rav Yochanan, Haragel bechardel, a person who regularly eats mustard seeds, achas l'shloshim yom, once every 30 days, monei chaloyim mitoch beis, so he keeps disease out of his house. Aval kol yumalo, but a person should not do that every day. My time, what's the reason? Mishum dekashel l'chulsha deliba, it causes a person to have a weak heart. Amar Rav Chia Barashi, Amar Rav. Rav Chia Barashi says in the name of Rav, Haragel bedogim ketanim, a person regularly eats small fish. Eino bali de chole me'ayim. Again, he doesn't come to have stomach ailments. V'lo, not only that, elashadogim ketanim mafrin umarabin umavrin kol gufo shaladam. Small fish allow a person to be fruitful and multiply, and they make the person's entire body healthy. Amar Chama Rabbi Chanina. Rabbi Chama Rabbi Chanina says, Haragel beketzach. Person regularly eats ketzach. Ketzach, Rashi says, is a kind of an herb. Eino bali de kev lev. He will not come to depression of the heart. Meisve, they asked from a braiser of Shimon Gamliel Omer, Ketzach echad mishishim samone hamavesu. Quite the opposite. It says Ketzach, this kind of herb, is one of the 60 kinds of poisons. By Yashin lemizrach garno, and if somebody sleeps to the east of this his goren of Ketzach, to his granary where he's keeping the stuff, dama barosha, it's his own blood on his head. It's going to be very dangerous for him. So is this stuff healthy or not? The Gemara says, Lokash, it's not difficult. Ha berecho, ha betime, what depends if you're talking about the smell or the taste. The smell is not healthy. That's why you sleep to the east. The wind's going to carry the smell over to you, and it can be problematic, but the taste is healthy. Ime de Rebbe Yirmiyah, Afyale Rifta, the mother of Rabbi Yirmiyah, baked some bread for him, a medavkale, a makalfale. What she did was she baked it in a way where the taste attached to the bread, but then she peeled it off so that the smell was no longer there, and that was a way to make this, or to use this herb in a healthy manner. Rabbi Yehuda Omer Borei Minei Deshoim. Rabbi Yehuda said that you make a bracha, let's say on Yerakos, you make a Borei Minei Deshoim. The point of Rabbi Yehuda was specific kinds of fruits of the earth and vegetables and grasses. Each one should get its own bracha that's particular to it. Amar Rabbi Zeir, Rabbi Zeir says, V'yitem Rabbi Chinan of our Papa. Some say Rabbi Chinan of our Papa said, Ein halacha ka Rabbi Yehuda. Halacha is not like Rabbi Yehuda. V'yamar Rabbi Zeir, and Rabbi Zeir said, V'yitem Rabbi Chinan of our Papa. Some people say it was Rabbi Chinan of our Papa said, my time with Rabbi Yehuda. What is the reason of Rabbi Yehuda? Why does he say a person needs to specify the bracha to that extent? Amar Kra, because the pasuk says, Baruch Hashem Yom Yom. It says, bless Hashem every day. Do we bless Hashem in the day and not at night? Rather, the pasuk is telling you, Kol yom v'yom tein lomein berchos. Each day you have to give the brachos that are similar to the day. Rashi explains that we have different brachos in our Shmona Esrei and Yomim Tovim and Shabbos and weekdays. That's the idea. Hachanami over here also, Kol min v'min tein lomein berchos. Each and every species should have its own bracha. That's how Rabbi Yehuda learns that you should be specific in your brachos. V'yam Rabbi Zeir v'yitemer Rabbi Chinan of our Papa. Rabbi Zeir says, and some people say Rabbi Chinan of our Papa says, Bo re'ei shalokim midas hakadosh baruch hu midas basar v'dam. Come and see that the ways of God are not the ways of man. Midas basar v'dam, klei reikon machzik moli eno machzik. If you have an empty vessel, it can hold stuff. If you have a full vessel, it can't. Aval hakadosh baruch hu eno kein. When it comes to hakadosh baruch hu, it's not that way. Mole machzik, reikon eno machzik. Some here it's talking about a person. Somebody who's full of knowledge can hold more knowledge. Somebody who's empty of knowledge has difficulty holding knowledge. Remember, like it says, Vayomer im shamoa tishma. It says, if you listen, you will listen. Im shamoa tishma, v'im lav lo tishma. If you listen, then you'll be able to listen more. If not, you won't be able to. Davar acher, another explanation. Im shamoa b'yashin. If you listen to the old stuff, tishma b'chodash, then you will also listen to the new. You will understand new things. But if you clear your heart, you won't be able to hear anything new. You won't be able to come to an understanding. Gemara now continues with the Mishnah. Beirach al peiros ha'ilon, borei pri ha'adama yatsa. Let's say a person on fruits from a tree makes a borei pri ha'adama. That is okay. He is yotze. However, v'al peiros ha'aretz borei pri ha'etz lo yatsa. If a person makes on fruits of the earth, he makes a borei pri ha'etz as if they come from a tree. That is not good. He's not yotze. V'alkulam on everything. If a person says shahakol on anything, b'diavad he is yotze. The Gemara says, Man tana de ikar ilon arohi. Who is the Tana that holds that the ikar of a tree really it's part of the ground? Meaning, if a person makes a bracha on something that grows from a tree, but he makes a borei pri adama on that, it's okay. Amar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak Rav Yehuda. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak says it's Rav Yehuda. The Tanan we learned in the Mishnah. Yavesh hamayon v'niktzas ha'ilon. If the spring dries out and the tree gets cut off, mevi ve'eno korei. He brings the bikurim, but he doesn't read the parsha. Rav Yehuda Omer mevi ve'korei. Rav Yehuda says he can even bring the bikurim and read the parsha. Rashi here explains as follows. Yavesh hamayon v'niktzas ha'ilon. Hayalo beis hashalchin uvo mayan shu mashkeu mimenu. V'katzar bikurim mimenu. So he's got this the spring which waters his fruits, and he cuts bikurim. V'achar kach yavesh hamayon. Dries out. V'chein sada ilon. He has a field of trees. V'katzatz bikurim mimenu. V'achar kach niktzas ha'ilon. After he takes the fruit to bring bikurim, the tree gets cut. So maybe ve'eno korei. So the first opinion was he doesn't read the parsha bikurim. Why? She'eno yachol lomer min ha'adam asher nasatali dekevan diyavesh hamayin v'niktzas ha'ilon mimena bat lo la'ara. The land which this fruit came from is no longer. The tree got cut down. The spring dried up. So you can't say the phrase "the land which was given to me." That this comes from the land which was given to me. The land is no longer. However, the other opinion of Rabbi Yehuda is Mevi v'korei. He could bring bikurim and read the parsha sheha'aretz ikar. The main thing is the land; it's not the tree. So that Rabbi Yehuda, who says the main thing, even something that grows from a tree, it's really as if it's growing from the ground. That's the idea that you could say borei pri adama on such a fruit. The Mishnah then said al peiros ha'aretz v'chulu. It said that on a fruit that grows from the ground, you cannot make a borei pri ha'etz. So the Gemara says, Pshita, isn't that obvious? Why would a borei pri ha'etz be effective on something that grows from the ground? There's nothing here that's a tree. Amar Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak says, Lo nitzchah el Rabbi Yehuda. This line is needed according to the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda. The Amar chita min ilon here. Rabbi Yehuda says that wheat is considered like a kind of a tree. So based on that, you might have thought that if you make a borei pri ha'etz on a vegetable or on a fruit of the ground, that would be good. So that's why we need to tell you it's bad. And here we're going to bring Rabbi Yehuda's opinion about the wheat. The Tanya we learned in a brisa, Ilon sha'achal mimenu Adam Harishon, the tree which Adam Harishon ate from. We have a machlokas tanaim what kind of tree it was. Rabbi Meir Omer Geffen Hayr. Meir says it was a vine. She'ein l'cha davar shemevi yolol ala adam ela yayin. What other fruit brings a person that he's going to cry, going to have bad things happen, except for wine? Shenema, like it says, vayesh min hayayin vayishkar. It says that he drank from the wine and he became drunk. Rabbi Nechemia Omer Nechemia says te'ena hais, it was actually a fig tree. Because in the item which they corrupted themselves, that's how they fixed themselves. Shenema, like it says, it says that they covered themselves, they dressed with the leaves of a fig tree. Rabbi Yehuda says chita, it was wheat. Because a baby does not know how to call to his father and mother until he tastes the taste of grain. The idea of Rabbi Yehuda, and this is the Rabbi Yehuda we are looking for, the idea here is that they ate from the Eitz Hadas and they became knowledgeable. And we see that wheat is something that makes children knowledgeable. That's when they know how to call their father and mother. So that's how he understands that that the tree of knowledge, the Eitz Hadas, was in fact wheat. So Salkadai Tachamina, I might have thought Hoviyam Rabbi Yehuda Chita min Elon. Since Rabbi Yehuda here seems to be saying that Chita is a type of tree, Livra Chaleh, Borei Pri Ha'etz, it would seem that Borei Pri Ha'etz is an appropriate bracha for Chitim. Kamash Malon, it teaches us Heicha Mivarchin and Borei Pri Ha'etz. When do we say Borei Pri Ha'etz? Heicha Dechisha Kalt Leila Piri Ise Lagav Zav Hadar Mapik. It's only in a situation where if you take away the fruit, where if you take the fruit off the tree, you still have the principle which can produce more fruit. That's what happens by a tree. I take away the fruit, and the tree is still able to produce more fruit. Masha Enkein, not so by something like a chita or fruits of the ground. Once the fruit is taken, an entirely new fruit needs to spring forth. You don't have the tree which is going to produce more fruit for you. We will continue this discussion on the top of Daf Mem Amud Beis in the next video.